Hey guys, happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Oh, I don't know about y'all, but we have had the most amazing fall weather. It's just been glorious. Jean and I spent so much time outside this weekend. It was wonderful. And I even was able to go outside this morning and read my Bible and the fall, just looking at all the fall trees and everything, it was just wonderful. So I hope you guys are enjoying this fall weather. I know our friends, a lot of them in the Midwest, you're already getting snow. I'm so sorry. But I have a really fun kit to be able to show you today. And I think part of the reason why I'm so excited about it is because we've got Thanksgiving coming up. You know, it's like, I know everybody's putting up their Christmas trees, but guys, Thanksgiving is one of the most wonderful holidays to be able to celebrate being thankful with our families. And if you have kids coming over, even grown kids or little kids, and it's kind of cold outside and it's something that you can really kind of put this together and make it really special. A lot of times we will do for Thanksgiving, we'll do fire pits. We have an area down behind our house that there are pits, and we will build fires and do marshmallows and stuff. And so this makes this board that you're going to be able to make for your home that much more special. So if you're catching me live today or even afterwards, you can share on your page and tag 3 friends, and we will put your name into a drawing for to win this kit. Absolutely free. So share on your page and tag 3 friends. And let me show you what I'm going to be showing you how to do today. So it's this adorable sign that is basically a hot chocolate station in your kitchen. How fun is this? So I love the fact that during the holidays that we need to be thinking about traditions. Maybe you're newly married, or maybe you've got children that are newly married, and it's something that you want to be able to create to where you've got new traditions. And it's like, oh my gosh, I love that we have these special things that are in our home when they come in. It's like, hey guys, here's a hot chocolate station. What? I just see my nieces and nephews and grandchildren, and it's like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. She's got a hot chocolate station set up. And how fun to be able to have this board. This is using one of our brand new stencils that I love for the holidays. And it is, I love that y'all love this too. I mean, you can make your hot chocolate even special. You can have crumbled peppermint to be able to put in it. You can have fresh mint that you want to put in it. You can do it with almond milk because everybody in our house is lactose intolerant. But I want to be able to show you how fun and how easy this is to be able to make. The other thing is I've put all the ingredients in a kit for you so you don't have to go hauling all over town, finding the board, finding the stencil, finding the paint. I put it all in there for you. So let me show you. Now I'm playing music. I hope it doesn't bother y'all in the background. Y'all know, I've told you, when I come in here to be able to craft or to make something, I love putting on music, and I love being able to just kind of focus on this. So I tell people, even though I'm doing a Facebook Live, my mentality is that I'm just kind of talking to you like I would a friend and telling you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So look at this. Is this the cutest? This is the recipe card for this hot chocolate station, but look at that. So just imagine this in your home. Hey guys, gosh, thanks so much for tuning in. How sweet. I just am so honored to be able to have the opportunity, one, to be the mother maker for our makers, but also people that are just maybe catching us for the first time. So this hot chocolate station is a kit that we've put together, and look. So in the kit, you get the board. You don't have to go find the board. It is a beautiful raw birch board, and your hot chocolate, which is a very large stencil that you're going to be able to use for a lot of different things. It even has the marshmallow things on it, the peppermint. There's a lot of different designs that you can use. Pat, mine do too. I mean, if it's sugar and it's chocolate and it's marshmallows and it's peppermint, they love it. So, but it comes with your board, it comes with the stain, it comes with the Rescue Restore paint, it comes with your silver chalk art, your white chalk art, and a blue chalk art, and your spreader, all for $39.99. I mean, guys, like, and the stencil you can use over and over and over again. You get all the stuff in it, and here's the deal. This is what makes it so fun. You can use this and enjoy the hot chocolate station for however long you want to. Maybe when you've got people coming over for Thanksgiving, you can do it. But guess what? What's so great about the chalk art is you can use this surface, you can wipe it off when you're finished, and then you can create another board that's going to deal with Christmas. And then you can have that in your kitchen or wherever you want to be able to have it. You may even set something like this up in your sunroom area or whatever. There's a lot of different areas that we can set these up in our house. But I want you to use it. I want it to be something that you create a new holiday tradition. And to just have it set up there and not have this board doesn't make it near as much fun. So we've made it easy for you, and hopefully you can just kind of see and be inspired from this inspirational picture. So when you get the kit, you will get this recipe card as well as the step-by-step in the back, because guess what? Where else can you find a gift under $40? This would be a great gift that you could send someone. So you can order it, comes in a beautiful box, and the presentation is beautiful. So you could have your Christmas shopping done. Like, order it today, have it sent to that person, and then that way it's done. Or maybe you know someone that is sick or that is really going through a difficult time. What a great, inexpensive thing to send them that they can make for their family and just really make it wonderful. Hey, Cindy. Hey, guys. Hey, Lucille. Thanks for sharing. Be sure and share on your page and tag 3 friends. Share and tag, and your name is going to go into the drawing for this kit, absolutely free, that we'll be giving away on Wednesday. So let me show you how to create this adorable kit. Let me turn this around really, really quick. Hey, Tamara, how are you? All right, I'm going to turn this around. All right, so in the kit, so you have your surface, and this is a really large stencil that you get. And while it's great for the hot chocolate station, it has a lot of other things on it that you can make and use on projects later. You also get a large container of our gel stain, which if you've not worked with our gel stain before, it's pretty fab. You also get your chocolate Rescue Restore paint, which is great. It makes it for literally a chalkboard that you can wipe off. You're going to get your 3 chalk arts. So this comes with a white, a blue, and your metallic silver. Everything that you need, guys, is right here, including a brush and your recipe card and your stencil. The only thing that you might want to be able to have, just to make your project a little bit easier, is you might want to have some tape. And of course some rags and a water source. So it's as easy as that. So let me just show you. This board that comes with your kit, I'm going to put this aside. Because we're going to be staining the edge and painting the background, we want to be able to protect our area that we're going to stain. So I'm just going to take this painter's tape. As you pop on, please tell me where you're watching from, and of course share it and tag 3 friends so I can put your name into the drawing that we're going to be doing to give this kit away. But I'm excited about sharing this with you because I want you to start new traditions at your home. I know my grandchildren, hopefully Bella and Dylan, will be excited that we've got hot chocolate set up at Nana's house. But I also have nieces and nephews that come, and I try to do projects with them for Thanksgiving. I don't know about y'all, but I love Thanksgiving. I think that's more my favorite holiday than Christmas, just because of the pressure. It's so great. It's something just to really be grateful for. I'm excited that this year, I've already set up my table. We are going to be, hold on, I have to look at you. This is so funny. I have to look at the people that are on here. So sad. I'll keep typing and I'll tell you. I'll have to show you some pictures. But we have set up 2 large tables outside under like a gazebo that we have outside. And we put the 2 tables together and covered them and put pumpkins and candles on them. And we bought these 2 large heaters. I'm so excited that we're gonna have the heaters going, and then we'll have our bonfires down by the fire pits in our backyard. So we're gonna be able to do marshmallows to go with our s'mores, with our hot chocolate. So we're talking real sugar rushes at the Howard's house, but that'll be fun. I am all about making memories with the kids that are there and with the family. I don't know about you, but my heart is full when our kids come over and the grandkids are there. While it can be exhausting, it's an awful lot of fun and great memories. And I don't know about y'all, but I encourage you to invite somebody to your house that may be, hey Caroline, hey Kathy, invite somebody to your house that doesn't have anywhere to go this Thanksgiving. You know, 2 Thanksgivings ago, we had the women that we work with in A Way Out that have been in human trafficking, and we invited them all to our home, and it was wonderful. And one thing that when we all sat around and we'll say, what is something that you're grateful for? And one of the ladies said, I'm so grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful that I'm with a family, and I'm grateful that I've turned the corner in my life, and that the trajectory of my life is being changed, and this is giving me hope. So I thought a simple act of inviting someone for dinner was no big deal, but we don't ever realize that. So I just really, you know, maybe be thinking about it, pray about it. Who is something that you could invite to be part of your family? And I know a lot of times families get really weird and think, well, this is just for our family. I think it's all about how we can make a difference in the lives of others, quite frankly, and we're the ones that get the blessing out of it. That's what's so exciting. All right, I'll have to show you pictures of what we're doing, but I'm really excited about it. The temperature, I think in Memphis yesterday was 82 degrees. It was crazy. Now, of course, it could be 68 tomorrow, but I'm hoping that we have some really pretty weather for Thanksgiving. All right, let's get back to making our sign. Hey, Hilda. Hey, guys. All right, so I'm going to turn this around. Apologize. All right, so I've got my board. If you're just now popping on, I'm showing you how to do this kit. If you share on your page and tag 3 friends, your name will go in for the drawing for this, and it's a great family tradition to start. We've made it really easy because everything's included. So, I mean, you get your stencil, your board, your gel stain, your paint. So this is my paint. I just want to shake it up really good. Now you'll notice, so I made sure that I taped off all of this area because I want it protected. I don't want you to have to worry about getting up on the edges. Could probably pour this in a bowl and make this a little easier. Now, when you're painting, I want you to do it in long, clean strokes. Got a little bit of drip, that's okay. Try it that way. You'll notice too, your brush is angled. Can you see that? So you can turn it to the opposite direction like this and get down in those crevices. It's part of the reason for the tape, so we don't have to worry about that. That way you can just turn it to the side like this. Can you see that? Turn it to the side, put it at a 45-degree angle. That way that's going to get down in the crevices like that. Before you start painting, my suggestion would be to probably take the butt of a pencil or you could even take the end of this if you want to, and then make sure that you burnish this tape. Let me see, make sure that you burnish that tape really well because we don't want the paint to seep through. The other thing is, notice that I want you to be able to notice this. So I'm gonna put some paint on here. Now, as I go up like this, You'll notice that I'm kind of going back and thinning it out because I want to have nice clean strokes. Then I'm going to flip my brush over to be able to continue this direction. Does that make sense? So while your paintbrush is loaded up, you're flipping it. So that way I'm going to flip this side, and then I can flip it and go on the other side. So I'm not going to just sit here and have y'all watch me paint that, but you probably want to be able to put on 2 coats. I would put on 1 coat, let it dry, and then come back after about 30 or 45 minutes, put on another coat. It's going to dry down to a beautiful matte finish, because that's the beauty of the Rescue Restore paint. It's going to look like this. So it's going to be matte brown. Now the second thing that you get in this kit is you get some gel stain. So this gel stain, you're going to love it. It has it's a very thick consistency. It's gel, literally, but it's also stain. So it makes it really easy to work with. So I'm just going to show you. You can work with an artist brush with this, or you can work with just a rag if you want, but I'm just going to dip my artist brush in here, and that way you can lay the gel stain down like this and work your way around. Now this is supposed to be more of a sheer application of this. We don't want this really dark. This is just to give us that really pretty gray stain. It's so fabulous with the paint. It's just a little bit of texture, visual texture, so that way as you put that on, just come back with a lid-free rag, and then you're just going to wipe it off. I'd like for you to literally kind of work your way around your board first. Let it sit. The longer that it can kind of sit on here, the darker that gray is going to go. But you're going to want to put it inside this area here. You're going to put it inside this area as well as the top, all the way around. So let me show you. Let's go back to this picture and then I'll show you. So see the contrast. We like the contrast of our chocolate brown, that yummy dark brown matte chalkboard with our stain. So that's why we didn't want to paint the whole thing brown. We just thought it would be a lot prettier having the stain. And let me show you. Here's my exact board. So this is that stain look. See how it's in the crevice? So I've got it inside here as well as the outside, and you want to do the outside rim of it. So that way when it's hanging up, or it's sitting up on your counter, that way it looks really fun and yummy. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, I'll need to finish this, but because of the sake of time, I'm going to go on and show you as far as the stencil. So this is a really large stencil that we're working with today. I love it. Look at this. It fits in here beautifully. So we're going to put it up to where I've got about 2 inches from the top, because I want to have enough room to be able to put my cocoa cup and the leaves on either side. So let me show you what that looks like. So this wrapping, this sleeve that our stencils come in, you want to be able to keep this because these are great for storing. They're great for storing, and look, they're resealable. So that way you can just put it right back in there and keep it, and it'll be nice and perfect the next time you get ready to use it, because you can use these like 20 times with no problem. All right, so you'll notice too, I don't want to cut on this line. This is actually part of my design of the piece, so I'm going to come down here just about 1 inch. All right. So you can cut these. They're great to be able to cut. I use them. I just put them back in my sleeve. And then if you've not worked with these before, they do have an adhesive back on them, so that way you can see they're nice and sticky. It makes it great for placement. So now I'm going to place this in the center. Just center it. By the way, I just did one coat on my board. I really want y'all to do 2 coats on yours. There's ample paint that comes in the kit. That way you can put 2 coats on it. Now, something that I want you to see that I did. On this one, we've used a combination of our white chalk art, and these sides over here are done in blue. And then Warm Up at the is in silver metallic, which comes in your kit. And then that way we did it again. We did a little bit of the silver metallic here. And then of course you've got your blue. See how we mixed the white inside here? You can really use your creativity with this. And then we did the leaves on either side. Made it really fun. Also, you'll notice here at the top, we also did that in metallic. So mixing it like that, not having it as the same thing, really gives it a lot of interest. And the fun thing about it is use it for a while, have your hot cocoa station, and then when time comes, when it's ready to be Easter or January, or we're gonna have a whole lot of kits that we're doing things with baking in January, and getting ready for spring, you can just wipe this off. When we're working with chalk art, guys, it is all about the versatility of it. Now, if you're like, I love this, Amy, I don't want to change it, that's okay. Then you don't have to. You can seal it. If you want to seal it, you need to use a foam roller. You need to use this foam roller to be able to seal it if you want it to stay and be permanent. Do not use a brush. You want to use a foam roller, and you will seal it with our matte sealer from Amy Howard. All right, so I'm gonna take, now you'll notice you will get a spreader in the kit, but I always cut them up because it's easier for me to use just small little pieces like this. So I'm gonna take my spreader and just dip it into my chalk art. And then I'm gonna focus on doing hot chocolate station. So I'm gonna spread this out. You'll notice that I'll hold this at a 45-degree angle and listen to that. Can you hear that? There's quite a bit of pressure that I'm putting with this. I love the details on this. You can't get that with a Cricut. A lot of ladies love making things with Cricut. I love Cricuts, but you can't get the detail that you can with our mesh stencils. This is like silk screening. So if I wanted to, I could use the word hot chocolate, get my gel ink, and then use my alphabet and say hot chocolate, whatever, make a t-shirt. It's got so much versatility. Of course, you can use our mesh stencils with our etching cream, our ceramic paint, but I just love the fact this hot chocolate station is so perfect to make a board to be able to have in your kitchen. So fun. Now, the other thing is you want to make sure that you're working fairly quickly. You don't want to, now here's the rub. It's so fun, it's enjoyable, and you want to be able to take your time. But the sad thing is, you can't take your too much time. You're gonna have to work fairly quickly because the chalk art will dry in your stencil. Now, will it ruin it? No, it's water-based. There are no VOCs, you don't have to worry about it, and you can't mess this up. So you could totally have if you have a younger person in your household that wants to be able to do this, you totally could, and they're not gonna mess it up. I have moms that will paint walls in their kitchen and then have a grouping of stencils and chalk art in a little basket, and you can have your little person be able to do these, clean them, wipe them off, and do it over again. That's the beauty behind it. All right, so I'm just going around trying to get my white on here. I hope everybody's having a great fall and enjoying this glorious weather. And if you're catching me live, please share on your page and tag 3 friends, and we will put your name in for our drawing that we're gonna give this kit away absolutely free. It's live on our website now at amakerstudio.com, and you can purchase it. It's a bargain, I'm just gonna tell you. To be able to get everything in it, it comes with your board, your chalk arts, your stain, your Rescue Restore paint, your brush, everything. It makes it really, really fun and easy to be creative. All right, so now I'm going to cut up another piece. And now I've got my blue chalk art. I love the fact that I'm going to add a little bit of detail here on either side of the word hot. Don't want it all the same color, but the fact that blue is so complementary with brown, it's perfect. So you see how very little I need. There's plenty of chalk art to be able to use on other projects. And here's the fun thing. If you want to be able to change this board up every week, maybe you want to put a scripture verse on it just to be able to look at, or maybe you want to put one that says Merry Christmas. That's the fun of having a board in your kitchen that you can change up. And these boards that we have that are available in this kit are truly a really fabulous quality. You'll be very proud to be able to have it for many years to come. All right, now I need to work fairly quickly because of time here, but now this is my yummy, look at that, silver metallic chalk art. Look at that, isn't that fabulous? All right, so now I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna put in my words, warm up. When it's cold outside, be able to come in. You don't have to be 13 or 10 to be able to want hot chocolate. Everybody loves hot chocolate. You want to put it on fairly thick with the silver, because the silver metallic, the gold metallic, and the copper metallic that we have are a little bit thinner. I'm just going to come around in here. Probably will wound up coming back and adding some more white on top of my silver down here for my details. All right. Always make sure that you put your tops back on your chalk art while you're working with it, because they will have a tendency to dry out. The shelf life on them is a considerable, I mean, it's like 2 years. Just gonna pull this up. Look at this. This is so fun. So fun. Now let me show you. I've got some water. Oh, so can you see that? All right. So now I've got my little Tupperware container of water. And I'm gonna put my stencil in the water like this. And then literally, look at that. I want you to be able to see how easy this is to be able to clean. The chalk art comes right off. So a lot of you worry about cleaning them. You don't have to. If you wanted to, like if you were working in your kitchen counter and I have a Carrara marble counter at home. Sometimes I'll just set my stencil down on my marble and I'll take a sponge and I'll just wipe over it and clean it. And I don't have to immerse it in water. Sometimes I'll just run it underneath my sink. Of course, the studio, when I'm trying to show you Facebook Live, I don't have the sink readily available. So it cleans up beautifully. Now I'm gonna turn it over like this, and I'm gonna set it, because this is the adhesive side. I'm not gonna touch it with a paper towel or rag. I'm just gonna literally let it air dry sitting up. That way I don't get any fibers in the back. I wanna make sure that I don't have any fibers in the back touching the back of my stencil. Now, what I'd like for you to do, just kind of wipe this off. If you mess up anywhere, here's the cool thing. It's chalk, guys. Once it dries, like this one, it's not gonna affect it. That's the cool thing about it is, if this was actual chalk, I couldn't do this to it. It would wipe off. but this isn't going to wipe off. You can use it, you can walk around with it, it's not gonna mess it up. And but when I'm ready to be able to change it out, all I have to do is wipe it off. Now, I wanna tell you, I don't wanna wipe it off yet because I've done this and I plan on using this at my house, in my kitchen, for my hot chocolate station. I'm really jazzed about it. I've got to go and get some peppermint, and here's what's even more fun. You can take some mugs that you get at the Dollar Tree. I'm trying to think if I have any around here. Hold on. I want to show you. I do. Hold on. I want to show you. I have them here because I haven't worked on them, but these are $1 at the Dollar Tree. You could so easily get some ceramic paint and take one of the designs out of this stencil and put it on the mugs. Use the ceramic paint. We have a new ceramic paint that is no bake, so you don't have to bake it. It does need to sit for probably a couple of days, and just hand wash them. Please don't put them in the dishwasher. And somebody was saying the other day they use scrubbies. Scrubbies are very abrasive, but you can hand wash them very easily, and they do beautifully. Can you post a picture of your station at home once it's completed? Jennifer, you bet I will. But I don't know if you noticed in our inspiration picture that is actually on our website, I want you to see, we set one up. Look! Jennifer, is that not the cutest? So see, there it is sitting up on your counter with your mugs and your peppermint and some cinnamon and stuff and some chocolate to be able to have what it will look like. It'll be adorable. Now here's what's fun. When I set this up and I have the mugs and everything sitting there and all the stuff, it's gonna look like a mess. The minute my grandchildren and my nieces and nephews come in, they're all gonna be all over it. So that's worth it. Here, the enjoyment, I mean, it's $39. The enjoyment of making it, being able to prop that up. But when your guests come in, it's like, oh, that is so sweet. Like, she made that for us. So that way it's always best to kind of have those as self-serve. You could have it next to your stovetop, and you could just have a kettle there and have the water hot. That way they can make it themselves. But I think it's just a great creative way to let your guests know that you love them, that you care for them, and that you were being intentional with what you were doing at your house. Guys, I just really want us to focus this year more than ever on family, on friends, on being creative, on making gifts for one another. I don't know if you watched the Maker-thon this past Saturday. It was amazing. It was so sweet. One, to see the creativity, but two, to really be thinking, it's like, you know what? I don't have to go into debt to have Christmas gifts that are wonderful. You know, it's those people that we really, really love and that we think a whole lot of that we want to make a gift for. This would even be a great gift. You could make this board for someone and make 4 mugs and give this to them as a gift. I mean, how fun is that? I love that idea. But these are just $1 at the Dollar Tree in the ceramic paints. So this is definitely going to my house. So I didn't want to wash it off. But when you're ready and you want to do something different, all you do is wash it off with water, and that's it. And then that way the paint stays there, and you can make another beautiful board. So guys, thanks so much for tuning in and for watching today. Thank you for being such sweet members of our community. This is our tribe, people that love crafting and making things, and it just helps life slow down a little bit and definitely makes it that much more enjoyable. Have a fantastic week. I have great news. I'm going to be here Wednesday around 1 o'clock because we've been working on something for months and months, and I think you are going to be so excited to see it. I wanted to create something that people could use during quarantine, that could be something that would help the artists that I know and love, and original art. I can't tell you much more. I'm going to get in really a lot of trouble with my staff. But you want to be here live Wednesday when I introduce it. It's very exciting. It's a brand new product launch for us and something that we're really excited about offering to our customers as well as our makers. Have a great day, everybody. Love you. Tag 3 friends and share on your page, and your name will go in for a drawing. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.